I want to make sure that everybody who's watching this gets in the mindset of thinking about this world and what I'm trying to accomplish by playing these games, which is to talk about the psychology of what's going on. One of the most important things that I have learned as a therapist in my 9 years of doing it is that if you approach people with enough curiosity, and if you ask the right questions and you learn the right stories, you will find that in almost every single case, people make decisions that make sense to them. Okay? So I just want us to keep that in mind, because that is going to be a very important foundational tenet for how we encounter the rest of this game.
Dad? Dad? Dad! Come on.
Okie dokie. We are now Abby.
Dad?
And when we are Abby, we are going to play this as Abby.
And I'm back where I started.
So I am no longer thinking about Ellie in this. I am thinking about Abby. Just so you all know. We're yelling for Dad, huh? Where are you, Dad?
Dad, come on! You can't keep doing this. Dad! Where are you?
Where are we? Are we at a zoo? Looks like we're at a zoo. Dad? Daddy-o!
Whoa. Jeez.
Alright. So this is apparently not it. Unless...
That worked.
Alright.
Can I get through here? Maybe I can get onto the roof.
Good thing there's a trusty old dumpster here.
Look at that. 1978.
Little quarter? Okay.
Here we go.
It was a Virginia quarter. I don't know if that has any significance at all.
There.
This is, I'm guessing this is 4 years prior to the moment that we saw with Ellie in the last stream. So, I mean, obviously,
Okay.
the infection is still going on.
Smooth, Abby.
Okay. Oh boy. Ooh. Damn.
Abs? You got a little mud on you there, sweetheart.
So do you.
Where?
Right there. You know, every time you run off like this, they give me shit about it.
Come on.
Believe it or not, they actually care about your safety.
These woods are safe.
Dad.
Abs, hanging out right on the other side of those trees.
And?
She's due any day now. We'll just check on her, and then we'll head back. I promise.
Let's just make it quick.
See? I've got my little girl to keep me safe. How'd you know I was here? Owen ratted me out, didn't he?
He did his job.
I swore him to secrecy. How'd you get him to talk?
I asked.
Huh.
All right, so Dad runs off frequently, apparently,
Playground.
and puts me in a precarious position.
Hey, look what I found.
Oh, wow. 1978. Don't have that one in my collection.
You can keep it. If you promise not to pull anything like this again.
You got yourself a deal.
Why don't I believe you?
No reason I could think of. Come on, let's keep looking.
So Dad has the coin collection.
Relax. You'll be back with Owen before you know it.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Just noticed you two have been hanging out a lot. More so than usual.
We work together.
Abs, it's fine. I like Owen.
Oh, God.
Come on.
How long have you known?
I'm your dad. I see things. Like the way you both try really, really hard not to look at each other when you're around me. You get all serious. It's very cute.
I can't handle this.
And he makes you laugh.
That's because he's such an idiot.
I just like how he's extra nice to me now. He gets all nervous when he has to keep me in check.
So, you're taking advantage of him?
Me? Never.
Well, I mean, again, similar to when Joel had this conversation with Ellie, I don't think there's anything wrong with this conversation. This is a dad trying to make an observation and basically try to show her it's cool. If you like him, it's fine. I'm not going to be weird about it other than having this conversation with you if you're not going to be weird about it. He's trying to connect with her. It's hard to connect with a teenage daughter. Hard to connect with a teenage son or a teenage non-binary person. Like, connecting with teenagers is hard. So he's doing his best. And sometimes parents think that one of the best ways you can connect with a teenager is to talk about their love interests. Or who you think is their love interest. And sometimes it hits the mark, sometimes it doesn't. My read on this is that, maybe Dad's right. Who knows? But these kind of conversations are common. He's just doing his best. It's hard to talk to teenagers, man. It really is. So, at the very least, the important thing that I think is worth illustrating here is that if you're the parent of a teenager, even if these conversations are awkward, you are making a long-term investment when you have these conversations. You're basically saying to your teenager, I am willing to talk about this stuff. I would like it if you approached me, and as the parent of a teenager, you want to be the person that your teenager approaches if they are having a hard time, going through something they don't understand. You want to be the person they approach. The way that you do that is to build goodwill through an openness to naming certain taboos and stuff so that they know at the very least they file it in the back of their head. All right, fine, I can talk to them about this. If you don't make that effort, teenagers don't necessarily know that. They may look elsewhere for support. And so if a teenager ever brings something like this up to you as a parent and you shut it down or you act like an idiot about it, that only punishes what we would consider to be, I think, objectively a desirable behavior, which is that your child trusts you to approach in times of adversity. So that's what I think he's doing here. Again, DC, that's such a weirdly overgeneralized gender thing. I don't think that has to do with gender at all. It's so much as I think the way we would look at it is people like to get parents' blessings for their relationships because parents are formative attachment relationships that have weight in a person's life. And so getting their blessing means there's probably less of a chance of tension between who you've chosen to invest in now in the present versus who you were invested in growing up. I don't think it has anything to do with gender. All right, where are we going, Dad? Yeah, teasing your child about this stuff, not great. But I don't perceive this guy as teasing Abby about this. I think he's just trying to have a little bit of a fun dialogue with her. And they seem to have like a teasing kind of relationship. She threw mud at him and, you know, it finds coins for him. So that suggests there's some level of like thoughtfulness and closeness between these two. So it didn't strike me as teasing her so much as him trying to just say like, hey, I know what's going on and it's okay.
Abs, look. Fresh tracks.
Yeah, this zoo is badass.
Let's see if we can find anything else.
Was it a horse?
Wait, this is just your sneaky way of giving me a tracking lesson, isn't it?
I would never. Is it working?
Well, I mean, I found you.
Yeah, but you cheated.
You do what you need to do to get it done.
Wow. You actually listen.
You have your moments of wisdom.
I love when teenagers start using idioms from their parents like against them. It's such a great moment that I think kind of scrambles parents where they're like, oh God, what have I done? Now all of a sudden my kid can connect abstract concepts and is using it to their advantage.
See anything else?
Oh Jesus.
Not yet.
Keep looking.
I think you make that separate. So how do you balance being open to subjects with your child while still having consequences for their actions? Child tells you that they stole something, you want to reward them for telling you but punish them for stealing. How to separate? You get to be a little bit more in control of the consequences of that, but you separate those verbally. You say, I'm really proud of you for telling me. I appreciate that you did. There are consequences for these types of things. And I want to make sure that the consequence is not you getting in huge amounts of trouble, but there is going to be consequences for the fact that this happened, but maybe you lessen the consequences because they were willing to tell you what was going on. There's no hard and fast rule to it, but verbally is one of the ways you make that separation. Where are we going, big dog? Where are you taking me? Are we following the tracks? Are you putting it on me to follow these tracks? Oh, Jesus. What the hell is this?
Dad, I found something.
Oh my God. She already gave birth.
Ew.
And look, 2 sets of tracks.
Dad?
It's her. Let's go.
That doesn't sound good.
No. She's
Oh, that's like the placenta? Oh, God. Imagine being the person who had to render a placenta.
Abs.
Yeah?
Come on.
Dad, wait. What if they're infected around?
This area is clear.
You know they roam.
You brought your gun, right?
Of course.
It's just,
Oh, shit. Abs.
so she's worried. He instills some confidence in her. Oh, no!
We've got to cut her loose. It's okay, calm down. Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. Damn it. It's really in there. Abs, come here. I'm gonna hold her.
Okay.
Calm down, calm down. Calm down.
Doc, are you around here?
Over here, Owen. What? Hey, get over here and help me hold her. We need you back up. Owen! Hold her. Come on. All right. You got her tight? Yeah. All right. Get in there, Abs. Steady. Holy fuck. Everybody's looking for you. We gotta... Hey, wait!
Dad! What's going on?
Come on. We did good back there. Doc, that girl showed up. What girl? The one Marlene keeps talking about. They found her in the tunnels. She has an old bite mark on her arm. No signs of infection. That can't be. They're already running tests on her, but you gotta get down there.
Dad.
Come on. It's intertwined with the brain. There's no other option.
There has to be some other way.
There's no way to remove the specimen without destroying the host.
The host. She's a child, not some petri dish.
You think I don't... I'm aware of the situation.
And you're okay with killing her?
No, I'm okay with developing a vaccine that'll help save millions of lives. How many fireflies have died for less?
That was their choice. Are you asking me? Or are you telling me this is how it's gonna be?
I am begging you to buy in.
And what if this was Abby?
Look, everything that we've been fighting for, all the sacrifices, all of the horrific... all of that is justified with this one act.
If this was your daughter, what would you do?
Abby,
I'll buy you some dinner.
thank you, sweetheart. Look, Marlene.
Do it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go tell Joel.
Why?
He traveled across the country with her. He has a right to know. Good luck with your surgery.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd want you to do the surgery.
Okay. Oh my God. Well, it's real easy to say that any of us would do that. You don't know. You have no idea. Not a single person knows what they would do until they're actually approached. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea whether you would put yourself up for that or not. You could be as strong in your convictions as anyone in the world is about this stuff. But, like, until somebody looks at you and says, hey, so here's the surgery, and we want to let you know that there's a 100% chance that you're going to die. And there's a chance that this is going to contribute to a vaccine. We don't know for sure, but we feel pretty good about it. But there is a 100% chance that when we remove this from your brain, you are going to die. Not a single person in here would know how they'd respond to that until that moment actually happened to them. Abby saying that it would be her in that moment, I think is less about her telling the truth. We don't know whether that's actually the truth or not, and more about her trying to reassure her dad in the only way she knows how, which is to say, look, Dad, I see you're conflicted about this. I see that the hang up on this conflict is that you're worried about what it would be like if it was me, because that's what Marlene was asking. And I'm going to reassure you that if it was me, I would want you to do it so you can feel better about the decision that you've just made. That's the reason she says that. It's a read on her dad. It's not a commentary on her own convictions. Now, that said, how interesting that Marlene actually fought against this, because when we saw Marlene in The Last of Us 1 present this to Joel, it was very cold. And I think that it needed to be, because Marlene is actively stuffing her emotional experience in order to basically contribute to the greater good. There's a concept that we talk about in therapy all the time. It's called isomorphism, which is where you basically send the similar process down the line. And this is what we saw. We saw Jerry says to Marlene, we have to do this for the greater good of humanity. Marlene says, absolutely not. What if this was your daughter? He can't even fathom the idea of that. I think that's like the ultimate form of dissonance for this guy, because he knows that it could save humanity, but it also means the death of somebody he loves. So, of course, he's going to empathize with Joel being in the position he's going to be in when Marlene goes to tell him, which is why he says, don't go tell Joel this. But ultimately, Marlene falls down and goes, okay, fine, do it. Because I think Marlene knows that he's going to try to figure out a way to do this. So then Marlene takes that exact same process down to Joel. That's the isomorphism. She goes down and she presents it as like this philosophical thing, right? It's for the greater good. We've put in all this effort. All these deaths can't be in vain. Yada, yada. Even though she knew that Joel was going to have an emotional reaction to this. So that's isomorphism as clear as day there. Brutal stuff. I mean, and I know that the hang-up is, well, what if we told Ellie this? And again, you can go back and forth on this. If you wake up at Ellie and you say to Ellie, hey, just so you know, when we do this, we remove this thing from your brain, you're going to die. Ellie very well could say, okay, go for it. She might say yes. But again, I think in order for us to be okay with that, we have to apply the context sensibilities to that. We can't apply today's sensibilities to that, where we would say we wouldn't generally let a 14-year-old make that decision. She's a minor. And so the adult in her life would have to be the one that makes that decision on her behalf. And if she says, go for it, kill me, okay. If she says, no, don't do it, then what? Now all of a sudden, because a 14-year-old doesn't want to lose her life, when her brain is potentially the thing that's going to cure this and save humanity, now all of a sudden, because this 14-year-old said no, we have to just respect that and be fine with it? Like, it's a huge conundrum. There's not, like, I really don't believe there's a right or wrong answer for this, and I think people drive themselves mad trying to actually find what's the right way to do this. I don't think there is one. This is an impossible situation, and people are doing their best to figure this out. Jerry's doing his best to conceptualize this as, it's for the good of humanity. Am I going to kill this girl? Sure, but I don't know this girl. I know my daughter. I probably wouldn't want to do it to my daughter in the same way Joel wouldn't want to do it to Ellie. If we flip this and said it's Abby, Joel wouldn't give a shit about whether it was Abby. We have no idea how the vaccine would have worked out. But again, I think that's less important than the fact that everybody's just kind of doing their best here. It's an impossible situation that ultimately we do have to make a decision. There's no such thing as not making a decision here. It had to be made. We had to go in some direction here. Either let him go, do the surgery, whatever, right? And we're seeing what ended up playing out amidst absolute chaos and confusion and ambiguity. Yeah, does it have to be done right now? Not necessarily. Right? There are different ways that this could have gone down, but ultimately, this is the way that it went down. And so what we're looking at here is people orienting themselves to a situation where they have spent years, 20 years, It could have 20 years waiting for this to be cured, watching hundreds of thousands of people die from this. People that they've been close to. And they're on the precipice of the best chance they've had up until this point to potentially have something that could save it. Everybody here is desperate for that. And all of a sudden it makes Ellie's life maybe a little bit less important in the grand scheme of things, in the sense of like, our subjective experience of her, and more important in the sense that she could literally save millions of lives, present and future. Again, none of us know what we do unless we're in this position. And these are the people that were in the position to make these calls. Complex stuff, man. Complex stuff. We don't know all the stuff that led up to this. We just don't. All right, let's keep going.
Is he still in the fucking building? Abby.
No!
Abby, don't look.
Dad! Dad! No! No!
Joel, get up. Joel, fucking get up. Please stop. Please don't shoot. Joel, please get up. No! No!
Origen, pendejo.
I'll fucking kill you.
Whoa, what are you doing? Manny,
Cleaning up.
no. We're here for him. That's it.
It's too risky to leave them alive.
Too fucking bad.
He's right. We can't have loose ends.
We killed them. We're no better than he was.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, look at my face.
Fuck your face. You should have been guarding the upstairs like I told you to. Move! Back up.
Calm down.
Or what? Back the fuck up!
Calm down!
Now then! You shoot me?
Stop! We're done.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, Abby seeing her dad dead, murdered in cold blood, is quite literally the exact same thing that Ellie saw when she came into the room and saw Joel laying there. Now, I know it's not quite the same because Joel wasn't yet dead, but for all intents and purposes, the trauma is similar. Abby experiencing that moment as a trauma is just as legitimate as Ellie experiencing that moment as a trauma. And I'm not saying this to justify the actions of Ellie or Abby. I'm saying that the experience of that moment, we hear the same ringing, we see the same type of dissociation happen for the two of them in these moments. There's a parallel process there. That trauma is real. We're not going to compare which one's better, Joel shooting versus Abby hitting with a golf club. At the end of the day, both of these women saw their primary attachment caregiver dead at the hands of somebody else who had their own personal agenda that didn't align with their own. That's a hell of a thing to have to experience and to watch and to make meaning out of. And in this world, where we don't have all the cool luxuries of today, where you could go talk to a therapist, be in a support group, talk through these things so that maybe you find ways to navigate your life in a way that's meaningful and holds that person's memory in high regard, despite the fact that it was very unfair that they died the way they did and that it was traumatic. All we have is revenge and vengeance and tunnel vision. That's all we got. So if you were hurting when you saw Joel there, but you're not hurting watching Abby struggle with what she saw with her dad, that speaks to our very human nature, which is that we put more stock in the people that we have significant emotional investment in. We saw character development for Joel. We saw him go from, complete asshole, walled off, treat Ellie as cargo, to this is basically a second daughter for me, and I am going to take care of her, and I'm going to go to the ends of the earth to care for her, which is something that I think all of us wish we had somebody in our lives that would do that for us. Well, Abby had that too, and because we didn't see much of Jerry other than this little intro scene, it's hard for us to hold these on an equal playing field. It's hard for us to look at both of these as traumatic in their own instances. The trauma's not the same, but the fact that there is trauma is a parallel process. But again, this speaks to human nature. Does it matter more if we're emotionally invested? We saw Jerry go through the exact same experience that we're all going through right now. When Marlene asked him, would you do this to your own daughter? And he freezes because he has emotional investment in his daughter. He can see Ellie as an object, not as a person. Or at least it's easier for him to see her, Abby as a person. And so we have an investment in Joel in the same way that Jerry has an investment in Abby. And so then when we're presented with all of this, it's like, oh my God, it's overload. There's a shitload of dissonance going on for us. And we're all left to figure out what we're going to do. Are we going to try to expand our expectations of this and look at the broader picture despite all the gray areas that make our brain hate it? Or do we try to whittle this down into a very simplistic story? And I think what's gotten a lot of people tripped up on this game is that they try to go for the simple explanation. Jerry was willing to kill Ellie. He was willing to do it. And we don't know how many people Abby and Jerry and Owen have had to kill in order to survive. Presumably several people. I don't think this is a world that people survive in where you didn't have to probably kill or cheat or steal or do whatever, right? I understand that Jerry was looking at the bigger picture. Of course he was. Of course he was. He was still willing to kill Ellie for it. Does that make it more justifiable? Again, it's a gray area. Jerry's trying to save humanity. I told you guys, when I was playing The Last of Us 1 and we were running down the hallway as Joel, that was a ridiculously dissonant experience for me. Because Joel in that moment, I think, acted on self-interest. Joel absolutely had some level of caregiving, psychological need met, and he is going to save Ellie. He's trying to tell himself that he's doing it for Ellie, that he's trying to protect Ellie, but he was doing it for him. It was all about Joel. It was a ridiculously selfish act to run down that hallway in the way that Joel did. Jerry sort of represents the antithesis of that, where he's saying, I'm willing to kill this girl who I understand there's empathic connections to have with my daughter because it's for the greater good of humanity. I think Marlene kind of comes around on that idea of like, yeah, this sucks, but it's true. That's maybe for the better. But at the end of the day, we're now talking about all these broader implications when the reality of it is we have now seen Ellie and Abby experience trauma in their own subjective ways. And we're seeing the way that they have individually oriented themselves to that trauma, which is to seek revenge, which is what this world has dictated basically that you do, should you choose to do that. This is how it played out. And there are parts of it that I certainly don't like. There's parts of it that I am okay with. But whether we agree with the decisions that happened, again, we have to go back to what I said as the preempt for this stream, which is that when you sit down and talk with any person long enough and ask the right questions, you will find that the decisions people make, even in crisis situations, make sense to them. And we're seeing the conflict of how what makes sense to some may not make sense to others. And that creates dissonance in our brain. And when we experience dissonance, we experience what's called aversive arousal. Aversive arousal is experienced as anxiety. And then our brain goes into a whole process of what's called inconsistency compensation to try to help mitigate that dissonance as best we can. And what I love about this is that we are riding right along with the dissonance with everybody here. There are arguments to be made in all sorts of directions, and then there's also time being of the essence, which makes it really just difficult for us to navigate. And then we have to weigh our emotional investment in what's happening. We are way more emotionally invested in Joel and Ellie than we are in Jerry and Abby. But had The Last of Us 1 been about Jerry and Abby, we would be more emotionally invested in their story than we are Joel and Ellie. And so it speaks to that, right? Like, we get pulled in the direction of what is represented to us. And so if that's the case, if we were to have played The Last of Us 1 with Abby and Jerry, Joel looks like the biggest fucking asshole you've ever seen in your entire life. That man is a villain and a half in that story. And we look at him as a hero because we had emotional investment in his character development. And then that gets into, does our emotional investment in people help contribute to the explanations that we create to try to justify their actions, even if there is some level of objectivity that what that person did was wrong or right? This is literally human nature handed to us on a platter by this game. This shit's complicated, friends. It's really, really, really complicated. But this is why we will move mountains for people that we're invested in, and we will objectify people that we are not. And so to make just, I'm going to talk more about this when we do the wrap up for this. But I just want to say, sort of as a commentary, maybe on what some of you are experiencing as you're watching this, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, which, by the way, thank you for watching this. We have to sit with the dissonance. And I think for the most part, you got to remember, probably millions of people played this game. This game literally split the fan base down the middle. And this is one of the major moments where I think people fractured. I think Joel's death is one of them, and I think this is another one. And I think the reason for that is because we hate dissonance. I saw somebody ask about dissonance. What dissonance is it's holding two opposing arguments that make sense in our brain at the same time. It's also if our expectations and our experiences don't align. We experience a tension. And again, it's experiences what's called aversive arousal, which our brain is registered through history as being risky. And so what it does is it tries to mitigate that so that we can anticipate our environment. And so collectively, the entire fan base of folks who have played this game have had to sit in that dissonance and have experienced just how painful it is to do that. This is why I preach about distress tolerance, because this game is forcing us to have to build some distress tolerance in order to make it through these moments. It's a very painful process for us. We have watched somebody that we grew to love and care about be brutally murdered, and then now we're seeing the reasoning why that person did that. And I think there's a part of us that can connect with that and can understand why Abby would want to do that. And that creates that dissonance. I love Joel and Ellie. I understand why Joel and Ellie got tortured and Joel killed. People want a nice little bow. We want the lunar module. That's what we want. We want wet faces as tears roll down our eyes while Joel and Ellie sit in that lunar pod with their connection just fully realized. We don't get that in this world. That's not how it works. We get moments of it. But that's just blink of an eye. Joel took out Abby's dad. Abby's entire world got turned over in one moment, in the same way that Ellie's did. This moment at the hospital was a notable instance that has long-lasting ramifications for all of the people involved. Crazy, man. It's just, I don't know that there's a moment in any other video game franchise that I can think of that pulls out this much. And it's, to me, super rich. I think it's awesome. I really do. I also want to say, chat, first and foremost, I really appreciate that chat has not devolved here. Because this, like I said, this is a very polarizing moment for lots of folks. And this tends to be where people get really fired up and they start to get really shitty about the game. And I really appreciate that all of you are kind of holding in there and that everybody's being respectful and cool and taking this in for what it is. Like, that really does mean a lot, because this is a really hard moment for people to take in. And I hope that my talking us through this and explaining some of this and trying to shed some perspective on it from my point of view maybe helps untangle some of the craziness of this. Chat's spicy, so I'm going to repost just in case. Jerry did to try to defend holding Ellie against Joel's will. He pointed the scalpel at Joel and everything. Could that have ignited any sort of survival instinct in Joel? Absolutely, because Joel's had people pull knives and shit on him his entire time. But Joel was so dead set on trying to save Ellie so he could save himself that Jerry had no chance in that moment. He had no chance. Isn't it weird how the world the game is played and everybody dies all the time, yet the loss of a close one is still not desensitized? Right, because that matters to us. It matters to us. Owen was just with Abby in a big way when she saw her dad, and now he's gone as well. How could that impact her trauma experience? Well, at this moment in time, we don't know that Owen's going to die. So Owen being there for her, I think, is very similar to how Joel was there for Ellie when she was attacked by David, right? Like, it's really important in those moments, and this is somebody that Abby has emotional investment in. The people who show up in those moments and kind of close the gap and are safe enough in those moments, that creates a significant amount of intimacy within us. It establishes a really very strong connection. And so in that moment, Abby's not thinking about what happens if Owen dies down the line. She's thinking, oh my God, here he is. He's here for me. And that's going to be really meaningful to her. And that makes her coldness around Mel being pregnant in the opening scene when we meet her for the first time make a hell of a lot more sense, because that goes to show that apparently Owen was more invested in Mel than he was in Abby. Or he just got Mel pregnant and Abby's not happy about that because that takes away from her ability to be close, which happens to be very similar to what happened to Ellie with Dina and Jesse. There's so much parallel process going on here. And again, it's what I love about it, because we'll hate on Abby for the same things that we'll totally empathize with for Ellie. Only because we don't have the benefit of the character development of The Last of Us 1 with Abby and Jerry. Oh, Owen dying could very well have been, I mean, it would basically be, I would say, the same thing as if Dina was killed for Ellie. It's sort of like the secondary attachment. At least as far as I know. I have no idea what the character development is for Owen and Abby going forward off of this. One thing somewhat admirable Abby did that Ellie didn't, Abby took time to gather and build a team before hunting Joel down. She did not go off in a half-cocked way the way Tommy and Ellie did. That is true. I believe so, Asdi. That's a very interesting observation. It's complicated stuff, friends. So I just, take a breath. There's a lot going on here. And again, I hope that maybe my explanation has helped with some of this. I think there's really, really important points to be made in here. It's a clash of things that make sense, which creates dissonance. 4 years for Abby, 2 days for Ellie. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Thanks for being here, friends. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching the VOD. I appreciate you immensely. Would love it if you leave a comment about what you think of this conversation. I do love reading comments on YouTube. I get to read them in live time on Twitch, but I don't get to on YouTube. So those of you that comment on YouTube, thank you for doing that. I hope you like and subscribe. Those of you that are on Twitch, thank you for being here for this. This is a very hard space. This is when video games are not, I don't know that we could call this fun so much as we call this like educational and informative. Like, I enjoy this, but it's heavy. It's really heavy. So if you need to take care of yourself, if you need to pause the video, go get a glass of water, take a walk, pet your dog, whatever you got to do, that's totally cool. I encourage you to do that. But I really love this community and everybody who's been adding to it and joining and all that stuff. So thank you for being here. Let's keep it going.
Abby. Oh. Easy. You okay, Abs?
Yeah, just... What's up?
Been searching everywhere for you. We've been called up. Isaac wants us at the front.
What? Are you serious?
I'm afraid so. We should hustle.
We're leaving now?
Yes. Vámonos.
Okay. Fuck, my neck.
Hey, thanks for giving me the room last night.
Yeah.
That dude has been there while Abby has seen some shit, and I'm going to make the same damn point that I made when this happened with Ellie. Do not jump scare or like wake up in a quick way people who have experienced trauma. It's just a stupid idea. Do not do that. Okay? I hope I made my point by now, but like, it's just as not okay with this guy with Abby as it is when it happened to Ellie. And I'm going to put the kibosh on it right now. And mods, if you're watching, we don't need to comment on Abby's appearance. I don't know why people feel so compelled to do that. We don't do it for Ellie. We don't do it for anybody else. Abby looks the way that she does. I have no interest in people making commentaries on Abby and how she looks. So we're going to put a stop on that in chat, like right now. Okay?
Who was it this time? That cook chick?
Nah, the weather chick. She's down from the mountain.
Oh, the scientist. Nice.
She's a little too excited about her job. Talked my ear off about some storm and I don't know.
Worth it, though?
Oh, absolutely. I can die happy now.
You should. You're never gonna do better than her.
I keep thinking the same thing. And yet, here we are.
Now, if you feel uncomfortable right now, while we're talking to this guy casually, after seeing what we've seen, I want you to remember something that I mentioned all the way back in the Mass Effect playthrough. We have to do our best to turn off hindsight while we engage in this, okay? I think using hindsight of what we've seen takes away from our ability to appreciate what it is that's happening here. So I'm going to do that. I am going to shut off knowing what's coming. And I am going to be doing my analysis and talking through these moments with Abby as they happen. We're going to live in this moment. Okay? So Abby's woken up. She's had a traumatic history. We've been searching for folks. This dude, he just came to get us. There's people working out, and that's where we are. All right? Please see marker Ash for gym key if door is locked and after hours access. Lost or forgotten items will be brought to the concessions office. Yoga class Tuesday and Thursday, 12:30 to 13:30. Instructor Haley. Gym hours. Cool. WLF Fitness Club. Well, that's clever. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11:30. All right. It's a pretty nice little area here. We got a full gym. I can appreciate that. Gym rules. Here we go. We got a rule sign. Y'all know how I feel about rule signs. 1. Here we go, chat. Do not bring food or glass items into the gym. It's not a terrible do not. I'm fine with that one. I mean, you could rephrase it to say keep the area free of food and drink, but whatever. Return weights to the weight rack after use. Good. Always use a spotter when lifting. Violators will receive a temporary ban. Good. Do not drop the weights. Keep the weights on the rack. Do not drop. Set them down nicely. Whatever. Wear appropriate gym clothes and shoes. Good. Turn off lights and air if last to leave. Good. Scheduled events and training sessions have priority. These guys know how to write rules. I'm good with those rules. Nice job. Nice job, WLF. Feels good. Feels good. That's why the WLF is so organized. They know how to write rules. That's right. Right. Oh, what's up, little guys?
There we go. Everybody take your
Hello,
seats.
Miss Potts.
Hello, Annie. Her too.
A gentleman never tells.
Wow.
All right, this guy gets around. Oh, look at that. Layers of the earth. What do we got? Butterflies, whales, plate tectonics. Okay, one of these does not seem like the other. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about whales. And then we're going to talk about butterflies. And then we're going to talk about plate tectonics. Okie dokie. Sacagawea. Look at this. Look at this. We got our drawings. Who's this guy? What's up, man? Watching your kid grow some plants? You got a whole good operation going on here. Science is science. Oh, God.
I gotta talk to my dad for a second. Grab us some food.
Yeah, on it.
Get me something con picante.
You get what you get.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on here, man? You need some help? You good? Nice job. Oh, jeez. You see that look she gave me? Okay. All right. You're not gonna give me crazy eyes. I was just coming to see if you needed help. Holy shit. Look at all these people. This is people just figuring out how to survive, man. Oh, what's up, buddy?
Oh, shit, Jordan. I didn't see you there.
You coming with us to the Saravina?
Manny and I just got called up to the FOB. What are you doing at the Saravina?
Hotel and the school are getting evacuated. We're grabbing supplies and bringing everyone back to the base.
Seriously?
Yeah, can you fucking believe after everything we're falling back?
You don't know that's what it is.
At least Leah might be home from the TV station sooner.
Well, there's that, yeah. I should run. May your survival be long.
And may your death be swift.
You playing Hotline Miami like that other chick was? Keep playing. Looks like Doom.
Come on. Let it out. Yeah, there we go.
Then why do I keep winning?
How often do you have to sharpen your knives? A lot.
Damn, man.
Like a machine, or do
You get some actual meat here.
just to make it tight?
Got water.
What are they serving today?
Burritos. Again.
Okay.
Abby,
What's wrong
what
with
are you doing?
burritos?
Hey, tenemos prisa, dame 3 burritos.
Hey, man, there's a line.
Benny, what the fuck?
Excuse me.
Wait your turn like the rest of
Sorry.
us.
We're going to the front. Come on.
She served him?
Embarrassing. Why do you have 3? Pull one back.
Now, don't freak out. Mel's coming with us.
Manny?
Where's your pack? In the room?
Why are you doing this to me?
Because I care about both of you. And I'm tired of all the bullshit.
Does she know I'm on this drive?
Okay. A little personal pet peeve of Dr. Mick here. When you are the person who runs the establishment, you have the power. This woman giving the burritos to Manny there is the same shit that drives me nuts of when people have mask mandates in restaurants and people walk into Cafe Rio or Chipotle and they're not wearing a mask and the people behind the counter don't say shit. If you work at Chipotle and a person comes in and they're not wearing a mask, say, put your fucking mask on or I'm not making you a burrito. Hold people accountable when you are in a position of an establishment. This woman could have said, get your ass in the back of the line. I'm not giving you burritos. But she gave him burritos. Oh my God. That's enabling behavior. That is enabling behavior. What I don't like is that, and I understand, right, that people get violent when you try to hold them accountable, which is why there should be various, like, protections in place to make sure, like, having bouncers and stuff like that. We put bouncers on bars. We don't let people in without IDs. The same kind of thing could happen at places like Chipotle and stuff like that. You could totally do that shit. But this right here enables that stupid behavior.
And she's cool with it.
So Manny just gets to waltz through life.
Why does your yeah sound like a no?
It's my accent. Come on, stop being paranoid.
And so that's the thing, right, Ellie? So, like, when we're talking about, like, we're told at work we're literally not allowed to say anything even when it's the law to wear them, then why have the rule, right? Like, why have the rule? Now all you're doing is creating dissonance. So, like, okay, we're going to put a sign on the door. We're going to tell people that they have to wear them, and then we're not going to hold them accountable. So, like, if people are going to throw mandates down and you're going to have these rules, you have to enforce them, which is why I say boundaries are not boundaries unless they're enforced. So I understand that people are in weird positions with this, like, because you basically then have people in positions of power telling you don't actually enforce this rule. But that's what creates chaos for people. That's why I'm so big on rules. If you're going to put rules up, enforce the freaking rules. Otherwise, don't put rules up. Let it be chaos. If people expect chaos, they do better. If people expect order and then they don't see order, that causes problems. You don't want to create dissonance. And inconsistent rules and expectations, saying one thing but doing another, creates chaos. I think that's part of the other point I want to make here. You know who does it right? Airlines. That's enough COVID talk. That kind of stuff, that drives me nuts. Because Manny walks up there, he goes, give me those burritos, cuts in line. Nobody does anything. So all that does is reinforce for this Manny dude, I can do this. All right, now, that said, back at this. He just acknowledged that Mel's there, so obviously Owen being with Mel is a sore spot for Abby, and Manny knows it. Trade sale. Adopt a kitten? What? These little ones need your care and love. Come and meet them this Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the main stadium entrance. What is this? Will trade for a women's jacket, size medium. Have some food items that I would be willing to trade for. Contact Tara. lost missing teddy bear. No! His pink belly and foot pads. There is a little something on the foot. Please return. Oh my God, who steals the teddy bear? Looking for someone to watch Joey this Friday night. Please come talk to Mitchell. Please return to Clara. Missing water bottle with a cat sticker on it. This dude sucks. I don't like this guy. I do not like this guy.
I think you get a kick out of making me
I like this burrito, though.
No. It's an opportunity for you two to finally move forward.
We've barely said a word to each other since Jackson. I'm just supposed to pretend that didn't happen?
Of course not. You guys need to talk about it.
She wanted Joel dead as much as the rest of us.
But she's not like the rest of us. She hasn't hurt people like that before.
She kills scars all the time.
Not the way we kill Joe. Don't forget, we are grunts. She's a medic. Come on, Abby. She's family. Do it for me, okay?
I'll try.
That's all I'm asking for.
I don't know that I could have eaten that burrito walking up the stairs as quickly as Abby did. That's impressive. Holy crap. I don't know about you, but I'm full. Oh, man. Now, that said, you can see how important it is to objectify the enemy, right? Like, oh, she kills scars. But when we put a name to a person, all of a sudden it matters. Makes it harder.
Get your things ready. I'm gonna grab Mel.
Yeah,
Be nice.
bite me.
Oh, shit.
Scientist, huh?
Cage no katana. Damn, look at that. We got a cow pasture in the stadium? I freaking love that they rendered Seattle's football stadium. I don't remember the name of it, but wow, is that cool. Oh my God. I mean, stadium's great too, right? Like, you're fortified all the way around. This is smart. This is really smart. This stadium's rendered better than it is in Madden, for Christ's sake. Good job, Naughty Dog. Jeez.
Knock, knock. Ready to roll?
Yeah, just about. Hi. Hey. I actually cleared you for active duty.
Barely.
You could probably get a stay if you ask.
I'd rather not sit around if I don't have to.
No one's okay with this?
Why would it be up to Owen? We need to grab Alice on our way.
Hey. Do better.
Good point, Mel. Cool, right? The patriarchy's internalized in all of us. Oh my God. I don't really know what he means by do better, though. I mean, we obviously have issues with her. I mean, Ellen, or Mel,
What are you getting called up for?
It's just the usual rotation, don't worry.
Hey, when you get back, will you check on my dad? He seems, I don't know, worse?
Worse how?
Well, he's complaining about a sharp pain in his wrists. He can barely hold a spoon.
Maybe we can get him some more painkillers.
Heard they moved you and Owen to Section 96?
Yeah, it's nice.
Real quick, just thought of this, and they're having a conversation, so I want to make sure that I don't talk over it. One of the most common forms of bad triangulation that can happen that we see all the time, and producers have found ways to make entire TV shows based off of this, is the triangle that happens when there is like love interest potentially between two people, or it's like one unidirectional where like one person has interest in another person but the person doesn't reciprocate, and then the person who's not reciprocating that is invested in another relationship, and there's actually a dyadic relationship there of mutual interest, and then there's kind of this third person, which in this case would be Abby, where the third person takes out the frustration on the person that their interest is interested in. That is a very unfair triangle. Like, you can be frustrated that that person is invested in somebody else. That's fine. Whatever issue you have with that, you take it up with Owen in this case. You don't take it up with her. You don't have beef with Mel. A lot of times people use that as a way to divert from having the difficult conversation of disappointment or whatever with the person that they're interested in. They take unresolved emotion and issues and they project it into that other person and make it their problem, which is just really not a good idea. Okay, so like if you know, whatever position you're in, Mel here would say, you know, you ought to take that shit up with Owen. This isn't on me. She would be totally within the right. It's like when you would watch, like we used to watch, quick anecdote, when I worked at the detailing shop, we used to watch Cheaters during our lunch break. And it always blew my mind when the confrontation would happen and the person who was being cheated on would go get angry at the mistress or the dude instead of getting mad at the person they're in a relationship with. Like, that energy needs to go to your dyad, not to the external person who very likely was being lied to in the same way that you were. You know? I don't know if Abby and Mel were exes. I mean, I don't know if that's what's going on between the two of them. Maybe that is the case. We haven't had Abby's sexual orientation defined. The only thing we know is that her dad thought she was with Owen and she didn't deny it. I mean, it very well could be between Mel, but the point still stands for as much as I think we know to this point. I think maybe Abby was with Owen or maybe she was with both. I don't know, which would make it even more awkward of a triangle. But the point still stands from earlier about if that triangle exists. Put the issue with the person you have it with, not with the auxiliary person. All right. I digress. Let's continue.
Lots of young families.
Getting you guys excited about the baby?
Seeing all the kids running around, yeah, I'm getting ready.
All those crying babies. Let's drive Owen crazy.
He hasn't even seen it yet. He's out on rotation with Danny.
Danny? Yikes. Sucks for him.
Yeah.
Look at all this produce, man. Holy crap. Why wouldn't you join the WLF? Look at this. We're grilling burgers and brats. Man, you want to know one of the easiest ways to get folks to join a group?
When's that next?
Offer them food. How many people who've been in college went to a bunch of stupid-ass meetings because free pizza was offered? I mean, this is like 20 years of having to scavenge bare bones, and then you all of a sudden walk into CenturyLink Field and there's freaking beets and watermelon and burgers. Oh my god, hell yeah, sign me up. You're telling me I can have a full stomach when I work with you guys? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I'm in a protected stadium with freaking windmills? Come on. Damn. We got laundry. We can wear clean clothes. We got dogs. What's up, buddy?
She's playing inside.
Great.
Oh.
Abby, you wanna grab her?
Grab who? Who am I grabbing? We got one sleepy puppy here. What? WLF dog kennel. We got Duke, Milo, Leo, Tucker, Murphy, Nutmeg, Daisy, Wiley, Togo, and Rosie. Alice and Bear are in the play area. Toby's in the training field, and Cooper, Penny, and Luna are on assignment. I want to go talk to Nutmeg really quick, and then we're gonna go get Alice. Hey, Nutmeg. What's up, Nutmeg? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Yeah. All right, let's go get Alice.
Hey, girl. Hey, you crazy dog.
There's my favorite girl.
I'm the only one that'll put up with your shit.
Don't be jealous.
Hey, you want to go to the trucks? Let's go to the trucks.
Hey there, Bear. Yeah, okay, since you asked so nicely.
Not e-
Who's the best boy?
Wait, no! Don't put the ball away! What are you... No! I want to throw the ball! Okay, thank God. Holy shit. Oh my God, I thought we weren't going to play with the dog. Oh, that was... Oh. Come on, bring it back. Is it stuck? Seriously? Oh no, there we go. Thank you. Give me... Come on, give me the ball. All right. There you go.
Go get it.
Oh man. All right, chat. We're just gonna do this the rest of the night. I hope you're okay with that. We're literally just gonna play with the dog. Been a fun stream. All right, one more. One more. You've got all sorts of energy, buddy. I know. One more. One more. Come on, we're gonna give you a big long one. We're gonna let you run the whole pen. Am I a dick if I throw this out? That seems mean. We're not gonna do that. We are gonna bank it off of this though. Go get it. Nice job.
Did I see you with Jen last night?
Yes, you did.
You dirty dog. What's she doing in town?
Something for Isaac?
Man, it's gotta be a lonely job.
She really likes it. Ask her about the Cumulus Cloud.
Well, I guess you get to stay away from the combat.
Yeah, if that's what you're into.
I'd be happy staying put, I think. Just treating families.
You'd miss fucking up scars.
I don't think so.
I'd go crazy.
Hey, Abby.
Hey,
What's up, woman? Since I don't know your name, apparently. I'm amazed Mel's going on this, but whatever.
hey, Pat. Can I have my usual?
You got it.
Gracias.
Got a whole armor.
Which
Damn!
box are in?
This is a legit operation.
S-24.
Oh.
I'm driving. Sign us out.
Pendejo.
Oh shit, that guy just gets whatever he wants all the
Thanks.
time.
May your survival be long.
Thank
May
you,
your death
sir.
be swift.
I could use a warm-up.
This thing's getting stuck again. Anybody got any grease? We are out.
This is nuts.
Okay, never mind.
I feel like I'm playing the Division right
Down
now.
for some friendly competition?
Loser cleans the apartment.
Whoop your ass.
High stakes.
We even have... Oh, baby.
On a full magazine?
You're on, cabron.
We're not even going to hurt our hearing with this. Manny being a little bitch, not even going for headshots. Look at that grouping.
I'm requesting that gun next time.
Yeah, the gun's why I won. Oh, that reminds me. There is a huge pile of dirty dishes.
You're cruel.
Ooh, you can fold my laundry, too.
Damn, man, I messed that thing up. I only get 9 bullets. And a trophy. This place is stacked, baby.
More ammo if you two need it.
Yeah, who's a good girl? Oh, I missed you too.
All right, we hopping in. This is legit.
Alice, get shotgun.
Mel's pregnant.
She could use the fresh air. Give you two a chance to talk.
Real subtle, right?
Gracias.
How have you been sleeping these days?
Not great.
Do you want me to get you something from the pharmacy?
Nah, I'm good.
It's not a big deal.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna wear myself out. I've been picking up a few extra assignments.
You and Owen.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Hey, Manny. Where are you headed?
2.
Truck S-24 headed to 2. May your survival be long.
May your death be swift.
Maybe lost a hatchery.
Yeah.
And you plan on getting it back?
No, Isaac says it's low priority. We're fishing up wild
Can we
salmon.
please just sit in silence? Oh my god.
What did you mean?
I'm going to give the same rule of thumb that I gave a long time ago. If you are ever in a social situation with a person and you can't tell whether that person is interested in engaging with you, if you make a couple efforts to engage in the conversation and the conversation reaches a natural point where that person that you're talking to would talk back and engage with you and maybe ask you a question and say something unprompted, cool. If they don't do that in that moment, it probably means they do not want to talk with you, and at that point you can take the hint and just stay silent. Mel just keeps forcing conversation, and I don't know about you, but I hate it. Like, Abby's not responding. Just like, let's just let whatever is between us be there, and let's just focus on the mission, all right? Because this is just making it worse. Word to the wise for social stuff. Holy crap.
About me and Owen.
I haven't seen him in like 2 weeks. He keeps picking up open assignments. Has he talked to you? Did he say anything? Or...
No, we're still not. I mean, I seen him in the mess hall, but we walk around each other.
Men, am I right? Jesus.
Jackson shook him. You know, I wouldn't read too much into it.
Ambush!
Hang on!
Mel, stay low!
Holy crap!
They were waiting for us. Yeah.
Yeah, probably let's get the gun out.
What do you think we're doing?
Oh god, I should shoot the horses, but I don't know that I want to do that. Dad was a vet.
Take them down! I'm trying! Go! Get around him!
Just keep coming!
Dude, there's so many. Holy Christ. Keep driving, Manny. Come on, buddy. Holy shit. people are mad because they don't have access to the stadium? Oh my god.
You okay? Yeah.
Fucking scars.
How far are we from the fob?
It's a hike.
We're too exposed. Let's get inside.
Holy shit. Yeah, right? At least we crashed at Home Depot. Oh my god. After seeing how much we have in that stadium, I can totally understand why these people hate us, especially if we're not letting them in.
Let's make sure this place is secure.
Oh, man. Man, my flashlight survived that crash. Thanks to my Bell & Howell tack light. Military grade. I forgot my shades, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's enough stuff here to make a pipe bomb.
Copy that. Maybe we should have taken our chances outside.
Yeah, we got this.
Now, having a guy like Manny's going to be helpful, though, because this dude's confident as hell. And if he's going to keep us going and keep us in line... What is with the Halloween decorations in these games? A little heavy-handed, Naughty Dog. They just hate the Seahawks? Yeah, that's what it is.
I got company. Infected.
Oh, good. Okay. Well... Perhaps they're just trying to get the right paint for their mushroom walls. Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus! Oh, good, good. Yes, yes. Stay turned around. Good. Congratulations, Taco. I hope you do too.
We clear?
This is so much better than getting drunk and watching anime.
What?
Nothing.
Damn, we have anime? Bum 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 bum. Just trying to lighten the mood. It's a little creepy in here. Even know how to get the hell out of here. That seems like maybe a way up. Which way do we go, fella?
Guys, look up there.
Look up where? Yeah. How do you propose we get up there, Mel? With that ladder?
Could be a way out.
Perhaps it starts all the way back here. It seems like there's got to be a way for us to get up on that shelf. Because there's a ladder up there. Man, next time I'm in Home Depot, this is all I'm going to think about. You can kind of see why you were driven to hurry through this part when you were playing. Right, Scott? I know. Let's see. Also, Nabek, thank you for the kind words. Glad to have you here.
Here we go.
This is actually kind of fun though. Little parkour action. Give me that axe. Oh hell yeah! There were people that were hiding out here. Probably scars, I would imagine. Alright, which jump do I make here? Yeah! Oh, come on. No!
Hang on!
Guys!
Oh, hell yeah! Yeah! Let's go. Oh god, and we running. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, take a turn past the dishwashing. Oh man. My mental map of Home Depot is really gonna come in handy here. And you go past the kitchen appliances, through storage, out over lawn and garden. Oh, Jesus. No! I know these are great deals, but they're reserved for me. This is how doers get more done. What? What? What are we doing? Jesus Christ, this is not the way. Oh my God. Abby, oh Jesus, get out. You run. Oh, Lordy. Oh, what else do I have? All right, I got this thing. Let's go. Oh!
Shit. Is that it?
Yeah.
Can we say fuck this place?
Yeah, fuck this place.
Fuck this place. Come on.
I'm going to Lowe's from now on. I don't know about you guys. Consider me a Lowe's man. Speaking of Lowe's folks, I bet Widgie's a Lowe's folk. Widgie, I know you're not going to stay because of spoilers, but thank you for the raid. Really appreciate it. That's freaking intense, man. Jesus Christ. Those of you coming along with Widgie, this is a spoiler-free run of The Last of Us 2. It's a blind run. I use the game to illustrate psychological concepts. So if that sounds cool to you, because I'm a therapist and I've got a PhD, stick around, hang out. We're currently in Home Depot getting assaulted by infected, and it's really intense. I thought maybe I could just avoid all of it, but apparently not. Lawn and garden is a little too blocked off for me.
Manny.
You got it.
I prefer Menards too, Diligent. A fellow Midwesterner, I see.
Ladies first.
Another month and I wouldn't fit through here.
Go ahead, Abs.
You said ladies first.
True.
I like it.
I mean, you could save big money at Menards. I don't hear Home Depot and Lowe's talking about saving big money.
Abby, this reminds me of your dad's greenhouse.
Shouldn't. All these plants are alive.
Good point.
You know what? This is good. You two needed a bonding moment.
All right, dude.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, shut up.
Working already.
Yes, we have a common enemy. You're dumbass. God. Dude is insufferable, man. Lawn and garden. I wonder if Naughty Dog was like, hey, all right, we're going to need 2 people from the team. I'm going to need you to take this cool laser mapping technology that was used in Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2012 to map Augusta National. We're going to take that into the local Home Depot so that we can render this perfectly. Ooh, a coin.
Found another one?
Yep.
Hey, I know a good drinking game you can play with those.
Maybe later.
2002, Massachusetts. Well, now that carries a lot of meaning because we get to connect with Dad every time we find a coin. That's kind of neat. Those kind of moments can be really important, right? Like, you know that your parent was interested in something, like collecting, and then you're like out in the wild, or you see something. You're like, if a parent had a favorite animal or something and you see it. Those are like little mini ways to maintain a connection, which is kind of neat.
Bob's dead ahead.
No scars in sight.
Well, they're out there.
Yeah. Let's keep moving. Remember when we could pass through this area without getting jumped by scars?
No, I don't actually, but I'm going to take your word for it because I wasn't there. My memory's a little foggy. Basically, since being in Salt Lake City.
Getting nostalgic about the truce? Easier days, huh?
Too easy. We let our guard down, and they strung up an entire squad.
That was in retaliation to us shooting those kids.
Okay, but those kids attacked our guys. What would you do?
I don't know, not riddle them with bullets?
I'd rather save our people.
Manny, they're kids. It's not their fault.
Not our fault either. Those deaths are on them.
No! 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 That is so wrong. No! No!
Not to jinx us.
Anybody that we have killed is on us. Nobody... Them stealing our shit, they didn't come in, steal our shit, grab our hands, wrap them around guns, and then fire upon themselves. We made a decision to fire upon them. We are accountable for the fact that we chose to kill them. To rationalize that as being their fault is what perpetuates this stupid ass cycle of like, you kill me, I kill. Like, where does it, like, who's the last person on the mountain? Person who goes, look at all these people who died because they killed everybody else, and now I'm it. Isn't that fun? Jesus. Like, Mel, I appreciate your moral compass here.
Keep checking those sightlines.
Like, in this world, basically everybody's on edge because everybody knows that if they do something, there's going to be retaliation. And until you have like a mass commitment to changing that cycle, people are going to constantly live on edge and shoot first. It's like Escape from Tarkov. You shoot every PMC that comes across your screen because you have no way of knowing whether they're going to actually file a truce with you. This has to be a collective effort, and that collective effort just hasn't seemed to have happened. Holy hell, man. At some point, we could make the choice to do it differently.
We need to be on the other side of this fence.
Cut through one of the buildings?
Because that worked out so well last time.
Do you have another idea, Manny?
No, just venting.
You know, there's a Discord for that,
Something's blocking the door.
Annie.
Maybe there's another way in.
There's always another way in. We're in a video game.
Up here. Manny, see what's up there.
On it.
The cable's caught on something.
go. Come on up.
Mel, stay with Alice. I'll try to get that door open.
Clever way to do a loading
Another way
screen.
in. Cool. Be careful. Well,
Still no sign of scars. Maybe they gave up?
you're funny.
No.
Oh.
Long way down.
Yeah, it is. There we go.
Not bad.
Okay, Mel. We're in. I'm at the door.
Oh, good. I gotta loot first. You just sit tight, Mel. Make some med kit. Oh, we don't have any paper to make a freak. Yeah, we're coming.
Slowly out here.
All right, all right.
Okay, come on.
Thank
Quick.
God for that gym we have at CenturyLink Stadium. Hell yeah.
Sure.
We're here.
I like having the dog, man. I wonder if the dog's like trained to sniff out infected and stuff. Alice, you are a valuable asset to the team. I want you to know that.
Whoa. Check it out. Some kind of boat workshop.
Let's remember this place. Command's always on the lookout for spare parts.
Oh, don't worry. I can fit literally all the spare parts in my backpack. This thing is nuts. You can get burst fire on it? All right, good stuff. We got a scope. I'm all right with that. This game really said you really thought Abby was a villain. Here, play her a while and see how this works out for you. Yep. Abby doesn't exactly seem she seems okay. Like, this really makes me wonder, and I mean, I don't have any way of knowing this, but it really makes me wonder if killing Joel really was the end of the line for her. Like, they spared the others, she killed Joel, she came back, and now she's just kind of doing her thing. Like, it doesn't, I don't have any sense that, like, right now, we have some overarching conviction on anything. Like, she seems relatively content, right? Like, we're collecting quarters, we're talking about our dad very openly and honestly with Mel, who we have an awkward relationship with, but I don't get any like angsty, angry vibe from Abby here.
Okay.
Right, like, we're worried about our relationship with Owen, and that's really it.
I'll hold it here. Go.
I'll brace it with something.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
You two okay?
Yeah. Crank broke.
What now?
Abby, look.
Now we just bail on Manny.
A hatch.
Let's
Manny, just hang tight. We're gonna find a way up to the roof.
Okay.
So, glad you hitched a ride with us.
Right. Remind me to thank Manny for that one. I am glad I'm here with you guys. I hate to hear you got in trouble and I couldn't help.
Hey, why have you been avoiding me?
I wasn't avoiding you.
Come on, you've barely said anything to me since Jackson.
I don't know. I guess I was shook by Jackson, too.
You don't think Joel deserved what he got?
I think he deserved worse. I just wish I didn't take part in it.
I get it. What kind of a person could do that, right?
I'm not saying that.
Let's see if there's a way to the hatch.
All right. Hey, Abby, boost me up there.
I think that right there was it seems like a relatively benign conversation, but there's a lot of projection in there for Abby. First of all, when Abby says you've been avoiding me, we don't know that that's the case. There's a good chance that maybe Abby's been avoiding Mel. Or at the very least, it's a projection of Abby's insecurity that she's done something that would push Mel to avoid her. That question is an acknowledgement in some capacity that she's done something that's maybe not particularly great. And then when Abby says, what kind of person would do that, huh? That's a self thing. That tells me that she's probably questioning who she is to have been able to go forward and do that. And she maybe has some judgment about the fact that she was able to do that, even if it was relieving. I mean, look at that. Like, I was willing to do this terrible thing to a person, and I feel relief from it. But I can still acknowledge that maybe that was brutal, even if he did deserve it in my mind, even if it did avenge my dad's death. This is something that other people could certainly judge me for doing. And Abby has some insight into that and some reflection on that, but she projects it into Mel in the conversation instead of just taking accountability for it and being like, I know that what I did was pretty harsh. I'm wondering if you have had a hard time with that or if you're cool with it, right? Like, give Mel an opportunity to share her perspective rather than shoving your perceptions is somehow reality, because it puts Mel in a position to have to either defend herself or it doesn't facilitate solid conversation.
I like ideas.
Boost you up? Okay.
Okay, here we go. Got it. So what's your idea?
One sec.
What are you doing?
Getting us out of here?
Okay, just go slow.
One advantage of being pregnant. Low center of gravity.
I'll take your word for it.
Made it. Come on up.
Thank you.
Come on up. From where? What? Oh, I see. Okay. Oof. Is that just me or does that look like a body bag?
Okay, getting closer to the hatch.
Let's see.
Hey, Manny, how you doing out there, bud? Thank God there's a ladder up here. And thank God this railing doesn't go all the way over.
Hey, smart.
Thank you. Come on over.
Reminds me a little of Owen's boat.
Owen has a boat? What do you got for me?
Is he still trying to fix that thing up?
Yeah. But he says he'll be done any day now.
Any day now. Everybody's got their obsession.
Yeah, like me and dog toys.
Yup. And me with my stupid coins.
It sort of reminds me, y'all ever see that Seinfeld episode where
There's a catwalk running to the
George and Elaine, they can really only talk about Jerry because they like don't really have any common interests outside of their connection to Jerry, and so they basically use that as their tie that binds. I'm getting that vibe here. Like Abby and Mel basically only have Owen to connect over, so they just talk about him while he's gone because that's all they've got. It's awkward otherwise. One of my favorite episodes of Seinfeld because it's just so true. Like, if we don't have Owen to talk about, what do we have?
This is useful.
David versus Goliath, a comprehensive history of guerrilla warfare. Covert ops. Craft shivs. Craft 2 shivs, which allow for instant stealth kills against most enemies. They can also be used to break free when grabbed by a clicker. So you're saying I don't carry a knife? It seems like it would be useful, so we're gonna do that. Yes, very little time between this and Joel dying. Alright, so maybe that was a little too obvious. I don't know that this is gonna stretch. Can't place it there. Yeah, I mean, I can only place it there.
Okay, that's promising.
Yeah. I understand that, but I need to be able to grab the ladder, and I don't have a prompt to grab it. So I don't quite understand what's... No! That one was for Ellie. All right. Oh, this rope. Here we go.
There's a catwalk running to the hatch. But how do we get to the catwalk?
We do this.
Okay, that's promising.
2 fall damage deaths on Seattle day 1. I just had to do it for continuity.
Long way down.
Vertigo hitting you hard?
Especially when I look down.
So Abby has vertigo. I have vertigo. I connect with that.
There they are. Manny! Be right down.
Okay.
Look, Fob, sweet Fob. Almost there.
Bet we can cut through that rail yard.
You want to get off the roof first?
Please.
Yes, I do.
It's kind of hard to imagine you being afraid of anything.
I'm not as fearless as you think.
Oh, please.
Like, I could never do the surgery stuff you do. Be too freaked out about fucking it up.
You think I don't feel the same way?
Well, for what it's worth, my dad always said you were his best student.
He did? Well, he always said he was an idiot. Come on.
Come on, girls, just take compliments. When people go out of their way to say nice things, you say, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. You could punish people for giving you compliments, by the way. Like, you can actually do that. If you're a person who derives a lot of, like, self-worth and feels good when people give you compliments, but you reject those compliments and but people's compliments when they say nice things about you, particularly if they say them unsolicited, you are punishing people for giving you compliments. You will extinguish that behavior over time. So if you like when people give you compliments, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable for you, like, acknowledge them. Be grateful for them. It's cool that somebody went out of their way to say that. In this case, I would say it's cool that Mel and Abby are having that conversation. You don't got to one-up each other on it. Just say, hey, that's really cool of you to say. I appreciate that.
Oh, good girl.
About time you two caught up.
Been quiet out here?
Yeah. I don't like it.
Oh, we're almost to the fob.
Man.
DC, you'll get banned if it's a mechanic that we haven't seen yet.
Find a couch, watch a movie, and drink until I pass out.
Drink until you pass out, huh?
Oh, yeah? Which drink? Which movie?
Strong questions. The movie's the one with... ¿Cómo se llama? The girl who rides the wolf.
Oh, I love that one.
Drink. My mezcal from the party last week.
Excuse me? You mean our mezcal?
Save. I'll save some for you.
Oh, I could definitely go for a drink right now. If I wasn't so pregnant.
We get it, Mel. You're pregnant.
Okay, interesting.
Marta, with the truce dead, it's too risky to keep using this place for meetups. Scars are going to be swarming all over this area like roaches. Went ahead and cleaned out my supplies already, but I left all your guns in the lockup in case you need them when you arrive. Figure the Scars won't touch them since the safe is too old world for them. Dumb freaks. See you soon. Be careful, Paul. P.S. Still using the big win as the combination. The big win, huh? We got another coin. Indiana. Hey, that's where I'm from. Cool. The big win. 8-15-12. They caught that big-ass swordfish. That's pretty cool. Where's the safe? 8-15-12.
Anything good?
Yeah, might be a gun cache around here.
I like the sound of that.
How do we get in that door? Perhaps this crack here.
Nope.
It was 8, or was it 8, 12, 15? 8, 12. Son of a
Wasting my time.
bitch.
Damn it.
That calendar had to be it. Or like that picture of the fish had to be it. That was the big day. Eight 15/2012. Maybe year, month, day? I don't know. It would seem like it would be, right? Like 8/15/2012.
Wasting my time.
The picture was taken in Hawaii. I mean, we can try it the non-American way. 15/8/12. Alice, excuse me. Maybe it's this. 17/38/7. Alice. Alice. 17/38/7. 17/38/7. 17/38/7. 17/38/7. All right.
It actually worked.
Day I won the lottery, I guess.
There we go.
Fish would have been cooler.
I like all of this.
We got here. Hunting pistol. All right. Only fire one bullet at a time. Yeah. Doesn't seem to quite be as useful, but neat nonetheless. That'll work. So I am aware that you can listen for clicks and that you can just kind of brute force the safe. I'm not really interested in doing that. That to me is way less fun than trying to figure out the puzzles.
Guys, down this way. Okay, we'll follow the tracks. That'll get us back on the main road to the fob.
I don't like this.
I know. Keep your eyes open.
Any way over that wall?
Not that I can see.
Oh boy.
Shh. Quiet. Here comes more of them.
We're gonna chill. We're gonna let them come to us. Maybe. Do I have the materials for a silencer? I do. Oh shit. Dude, Manny, get the out of my way, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hope you're ready to go loud. Ah! The Lord knows how Mel's doing here. Not like she can, like, shimmy her pregnant belly underneath all this. That guy doesn't see Manny. Go to the right side. You kidding me? What? Oh no. Oh no. I wasn't ready for that. I was feeling so good about it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Damn it.
Get down. Oh. Boy, there's oh man. Well, we might be going loud here, folks. And by might I mean are.
Joshua, there's too many of them.
Fall back!
Holy shit!
Get inside! Got you!
I'm running out of ammo.
Where do we go? You kidding?
Fuck! Look out! Look at me, you psycho!
Where the hell? What? Oh, Jesus.
It's our gun.
Yo, what's up, amigos?
Oh, there we go!
Fire. All clear. All clear. Ready?
Holy crap.
Glad you guys are around. After we drove by, heard all the shooting.
Is that Owen?
Fuck, man, you okay?
I think I'll survive this.
Here, got you. Hey, let me see your hand.
We're in.
We're almost there.
Open the gates. Let him through.
No.
What?
You're back.
Squeeze this as hard as you can, okay?
Holy shit.
I didn't even feel it.
Hey, we got two.
Okay, he's got a gunshot wound to the hand.
Hey. We did all right back there.
It was almost a compliment.
Go get help.
Stay, Allison.
Come on, it's this way.
Sit. That was a lot of blood, right?
She shouldn't be out.
She'll be okay. She'll be okay.
Hey, who we got here?
Hey, come on, girl. This is Alice.
Come on, Alice. Good girl.
Thank you. These new recruits. I don't trust them. Thanks again, guys.
Hey, Manny, hold up. You're top dogs.
I wonder if the reason Manny doesn't trust the new recruits is because he would look at it as people who joined the WLF initially joined for ideological reasons. They legitimately believed that Fedra was screwing them over and that they wanted to take control and that this was their opportunity to do it. And that he sees these new recruits as people that are really only joining because they have resources, that the WLF has what they want, and that there's an ulterior motive for joining that goes beyond ideology. You see this actually a lot in certain groups. You actually, one of the most common, like, kind of funny examples of this is when people get really into a band before they get big, and then people come on board once that band gets big. It's a somewhat similar thing where it's like, I was in here first because I ideologically was here at the origin of this. Thus, I have more of like a personal investment in this and the growth of it, and that other people are just kind of joining in because it's gotten big enough that they can now benefit from it. It's a very common groupthink mentality that folks have. We're all susceptible to it. But Manny saying that right there, that's immediately what kicks off for me. Is these people, I don't trust them because they're not here for the same reasons we are. That creates in-group issues.
Station for 3 days with nothing coming down the pipe.
Then you should be thanking us for getting some action.
Come on, you owe us one. Can you find out what's up?
Okay. Well, let us check in first. We'll get back to you.
All right, thanks, man. See you, Abby.
See ya.
Thanks for bailing us out, Brent. Wow, we even got cigarettes. Look at this.
What'd he say?
Jeez.
Doesn't know either.
Still importing tobacco from the Carolinas? Or are we smoking stale 20-year-old ciggies? What are we doing here?
Checking in.
Hey, you two.
What you got for us?
No assignment. Just says report to Isaac.
Both of us? Yeah.
Abby doesn't seem too thrilled about that.
Something's going down.
We better find Isaac.
We should make sure Mel's okay first.
They're jamming 4 people in a room meant for 2.
Hey, at least you got enough punks on your side. I got a shit like that. Dude won't stop snoring.
Oh, man.
Ares, Scarlet, Darwin the Second. Love that. Tofu, Rocky, Sadie, Quan, Meek, Marley, Cleo, Alice.
Hey, Alice. Hang in there, girl.
Let's take it easy.
We're gonna get you out of here soon.
Yeah, out of rough.
Carla. Man, we got a lot of folks here.
Did you hear how it happened? No one's telling us shit.
What if something's happened in Manny's past to make him close his shell? There probably is something in his past. We just don't know what it is. Don't worry about me, guys. Just gonna take these pipe bombs off of you. A lot of munitions. Holy hell.
Hey, man.
Abby, heard someone had to save your ass for once.
Yeah, I mean, one time.
Rather have magazine capacity, so we're gonna wait on that.
Abby,
damn.
come here a sec.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah?
Heard about your ambush. Where'd they hit you?
Right around here. Near the warehouses.
Shit. They keep slipping past our lines.
Hey, you know where Isaac is?
He was here a few minutes ago.
Okay, thanks. We'll look around.
And everybody knows who I am. How close-knit are all these folks? I mean, this isn't like a tiny amount of people. Oh, what's going on here? What's the big deal here, folks? What are you doing?
Wasn't even supposed to be on the field.
Well, look at who it is playing Hotline Miami.
Hey, Whitney.
Oh, hey, Abby. What's up?
You know what's going on around here?
I wish. All I know is they're sending someone else to the hospital. Supply run.
How exciting.
I know, right?
That game good?
Really hard. But really good. Got some great tunes, too.
Don't let me
true.
stop you.
See you around.
Fucking video games.
Right? It's almost like you're in one sometimes, right, Abby?
Looks pretty bad, huh, Doc?
I've seen worse. Hold still.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Feeling better?
Pain meds are kicking in, so yeah.
Hang in there.
How's the hand?
I'm gonna keep most of my fingers.
How this happen?
God, we got a whole triage area. Holy hell.
Dude.
How's this?
All right. You need to change those bandages twice. Try not to. Wait here. We'll get you
I know, it all happened so fast. Could have been much worse, though.
Speak of the devil.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, Melon?
Just a few more stitches, and I'll be good as new.
You guys need to convince this girl to relax.
Hey, Mel. Relax.
You got it.
Hey, I need some muscle, so can you two give me a hand or something?
Sure.
Don't move.
I'll just be here. Relaxing.
Nora, have you had a chance to relax?
Ugh, I'm shipping out to the West Side Hospital in a few. Orders are to get everything.
How's Mel? Really?
Well, the baby's vitals were a little elevated, but I'm not worried.
Someone should get word to Owen. He'll want to be here for her.
Yeah.
I need to show you guys something.
What is it?
Follow me.
What are we looking at here? Oh boy.
Oh my god. Are these all ours?
Yeah. And more are coming in by the hour. You can't tell Mel, all right?
Nora.
Just not yet. Come here.
Who's in that body bag?
Holy shit. It's Danny.
Where's Owen?
I don't know. A few days back, there were some Scar sightings out by the marina. Danny and Owen were sent on a sweep. And this morning, the guards found Danny collapsed by the perimeter fence. He'd walked himself back with a bullet in his stomach.
Pinches Scars, hijos de puta.
Isaac talked with him until he passed, but as far as I can tell, there's no units going back that way.
So what about Owen? Did you ask Isaac what happened?
Yeah, I tried. But he gave me that fucking look, and then he told me to keep quiet about it. Which means you can't say shit.
Owen's a big boy. I'm sure he's fine.
Where is Isaac? I'll be discreet.
Last I heard, he was in the apartments. Okay, I'm gonna go check up on Mel, so let me know what you guys find out.
Yeah. Why the hell hasn't Isaac set on a search party for Owen?
Maybe he hasn't, just didn't tell Nora.
I fucking hope so.
Well, we have no way of knowing who it is that did that, although I guess our assumption would be that it's Scars, because that's who we're fighting against. Remember, friends, we are playing as Abby. We have no idea. We have no idea that Tommy, Ellie, Dina, and Jesse are on their way. We have no idea. So I'm not using any of that knowledge to conceptualize this. As far as we know, we are part of the WLF. These are people that we care about a lot. And there's a lot of dead ones that we're attributing those deaths to being to Scars, which is a unit that we have been fighting against seemingly for a long time. I mean, the WLF kind of took power. The representation that we've had of it up until this point is sort of that they saw Fedra as being fascist, and they were like, we're going to take over, we're going to provide resources, we're going to help people live a better life. And then the Seraphites or Scars don't seem to be interested in that. That or they've been kept on the outside of it and are pissed off about it and are potentially trying to get access to those resources. I mean, we don't know. We don't have a lot of background on the Scars, but I mean, we've accomplished our mission, and we're seeing a bunch of people die in front of us, and we have a lot of questions as to why that's happening. And again, in this world, the only justice we really know is reciprocal murder. There's no due process that happens. Like, at no point in this series, in Last of Us 1 or 2, have we ever seen any form of due process. Because government's not running this shit anymore. It's vigilante, basically. Like, we're going to have to create our own judicial system here. So, let's go talk to Isaac. Maybe this dude's got some background. I don't quite understand why we are having to be so secretive about all of this in terms of what Nora showed us, but It's obviously upsetting that we're losing as many people as we are, and I wonder if they're maybe trying to mitigate mass panic.
We're looking for Isaac.
He's inside. Going in.
Thank you.
Damn, look who it is.
Sup, fellas?
Got time for a game?
Can't. Here for Isaac.
Whatever, big shot.
Not my fault I'm so good at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
See you around. I don't miss this
Oof.
place. Fuck. Always hated the smell.
This isn't great. Isaac. Took 3 days, but I finally got something out of number 74. If what he's saying is true, sounds like the southern shore might be our best bet. I've marked up a map and left it in your suite. We should send scouts to verify as soon as possible. I still feel like he might be holding out. Give me a few more days with him. Sergeant Foster. Oof. Like how we just pocket that note that's not meant for us. Number 74, huh? Guessing maybe Manny was a prisoner or something here?
After our morning, I wouldn't mind a few minutes with these guys.
I hear that.
Man, we're just like treating these people like animals, man. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh wow. Holy crap, man. It'd probably be easier to be infected. Holy shit. I mean, that guy seeing me coming at me or running away like that tells me that, oh man, we've been doing some nasty shit. Holy crap.
Hey, Abby.
We need to go up.
Isaac's in there.
Oh. Do you know if he'll be long?
Said again when you two arrive. Come on. Sir, Abby and Manny are here.
Don't let him fall asleep.
Yes, sir.
Let's go up. I heard you two ran into some trouble.
No losses on our side. Just some minor injuries. Can't say the same for them.
Wish I was hearing more of that.
Never seen the base this packed.
Give it another day. Still waiting on some units.
What's going on, boss?
These small skirmishes. Can't keep going like this.
Then... what?
We could try another truce. But how long before some asshole on their side or our side unravels the whole thing? No. It has to be all of them.
Sir, we'd try attacking their island.
Not like this. Not with with everyone. There's a big storm a few days out. We're gonna use it to mask our approach. You two are gonna lead the first wave. Pick your squads, start prepping.
I want Owen. When are he and Danny getting back?
Who talked, Nora? No secrets between the Salt Lake crew, huh?
Is Owen okay?
As far as I know.
Then why didn't you send a search party after him?
He shot Danny. Apparently to protect some scar.
It's bullshit.
Excuse me?
That's not Owen. You got it wrong.
You're saying Danny used his last breath to lie to me?
Sir, people hear that story. Owen's dead. Anyone who finds him, they'll gun him down for sport.
Then I suggest you all stop gossiping about it.
Let me go after him. I'll walk him back in. We'll get to the
No.
bottom. You said yourself the storm's a few
No.
days.
We've only got one shot at this. And this is bigger than any of us. Definitely bigger than Owen. If he turns up, then fine. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And we'll get to the bottom of it. I need you, Abby. Yeah?
Yeah. I get it.
Good. Look over the plans and go through your roster. Grab some food. We'll talk later.
No way Owen killed Danny over some scar, right? What? No. Abby, don't.
I'll be back by morning. You just gotta cover me till then.
Isaac will kick your ass.
Not before the assault. You heard him, he needs me.
If Owen's out there, how the hell are you going to find him?
I know where he'll go.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This one's a little bit hard for me to read. I don't have a lot of context. I don't know what the scars are doing that's pissing the WLF off, other than killing people in their ranks. Like, it seems to me that their, like, major drive is to keep their own alive, which is fine, right? Like, it's very tribal. Humans are like that. We like the people that we identify with. We try to keep them alive. We want what's best for them, to the point that he says, you know, if Owen killed Danny, well, then Owen's not going to be tolerated. But, like, why are we torturing Seraphites or Scars? Like, is it to figure out what's going on? Are we really about to enact genocide, so to speak? Like, let's just go wipe out all of them because that's the only way that we make sure that there's no dissent. It's very cult-like. And, I mean, cults are built to some extent on an us versus them, anybody who's not us is against us mentality. And there is utility to that for survival. There is. And maybe there's so much bad blood that people are just going to continue to make bad decisions. I do give Isaac credit for acknowledging that the WLF could be part of who slips up and creates a problem. Like, he did acknowledge that either side could be the ones that break the truce, which maybe is an acknowledgement that it was the WLF in the first place that broke whatever the first truce was. We don't know much about what's going on with that. But we know that I keep calling her Allie, that Abby has some form of drive to find Owen. And she's using that to override whatever the greater good is. Now, again, we whether we agree with what the greater good is here is hard, because I don't know that we share a full ideology with the WLF, because we haven't really had that fleshed out. But ultimately, there's still tension between individual gain and greater good here. It's just different. Abby's individual gain is figure out how Owen's doing and find him and see that he's okay. And then greater good is betterment of the WLF and making sure people have resources and can reproduce and that we can perpetuate humanity. And there's tension there between those two things. But what strikes me in this to this point is that, like, Abby seems to be at a different point in our joining her than Joel and Ellie were. We're seeing Abby as a person who has maybe more of a realized character development as opposed to Joel and Ellie, who we saw evolve. And maybe there's more to see here with Abby, but, like, Abby seems to have made her journey and is now at kind of the point where, like, I've done what I set out to do, and now I just want to figure out how to just kind of live my life here. So it'll be interesting to see what the conviction really is as it relates to Owen, given that we don't have quite as much context here. With the WLF, I mean, people, I think, I want to harken back really quick to, I think you're going to see a split in the ranks even in the WLF, because you have people like Isaac who are very ideological about this. Manny's probably ideological. They joined the WLF because they believed in what they were about. And then you have new folks that come in that are just trying to reap the benefits of that maybe don't share the ideology. Well, if we're going to go to war and we're going to try to take out all of these scars, the people who are ideologically on board, who are more in the inner circles of the cult, so to speak, are probably going to go against their own better judgment and follow along ideologically with this plan and say, yes, let's wipe them out. They'll do terrible things like torture the shit out of people that are in this prison. But then you have the new folks that come in that maybe look at that with more of a keen eye and are like, whoa, wait a minute. I joined because I wanted to eat watermelon again. I don't know that I like the idea of genocide. Even if these are people that are considered to be dangerous, or at the very least have been told that they're dangerous. And that creates division in the ranks. And so Isaac's probably going to have to do some show of force to show, like, look, you're either with us or against us. That's how he's going to have to move that. And here's hoping that he's either charismatic or intimidating enough to make that happen. But when the group that you rely on for survival does shit that goes against your values, what do? Do you stand up to it, or do you follow along? Because you have no other way of getting resources. I think all of us could potentially join the WLF. Even if we will overlook atrocities committed by the group that provides us what we need. The other point I want to make here is that this is also where we sometimes see divisions generationally, where you have, parents who followed an ideological principle and really kind of built their lives around that. And then you have kids who come in without all the context that led up to that. And they only have the end game and they look at it in context and kind of go, this is a little bit fucked up. And then you see intergenerational tension. But I don't think we're far enough in yet to the infection and pandemic for that to have happened yet. But that's just sort of an aside. So, fascinating. It's just such an amazing commentary on how humans think about things. I'll be interested to see what happens.